Hi, I'm Dean Foley. I'm a sculptural artist based in Sligo. We're here now in my studio, which is based in Rathcormac, Branley's Yard, in the west of Ireland. So I bring you now to take a look around my studio. So this is my studio space. This is where all my work gets done. I suppose I'd start by saying I studied fine art in Galway in GMIT. I've always had an interest with art ever since growing up. I'd always draw and paint and do what I can to do kind of artistic stuff. But when I went to college is when I finally found my love for sculptural stuff. So I suppose we should start talking about, even just my paints. I got kind of craft paints. I kind of started splurging out on just better painting, just to get that extra little bit of pop, and they just seem to work that little bit better. We kind of move over straight to, this would be your silicone. This would be like a very simple mold. It's literally just a pop-out mold. It will create the little foxes that I have here. You just pour it in the resin, and then you just pop them out after an hour or two, and then boom, you have a little fox. So this would be a bit more of a complex mold. This would be a more premium kind of silicone stuff. It's a bit harder to actually make one of these molds, but then you're able to create a bit more complex kind of little sculpture with different angles and more detail, and just that little bit of extra detail, I suppose, is the main thing we look for. Then you're kind of coming towards all my tools. Geez, there's hundreds of them. But you can use things from pliers and kind of scalpels and just normal craft knives. You just pick up so many different tools, little sculpting tools. These would be more for kind of carving out in clay, when you're really trying to get that kind of streamline kind of flowiness to it, and just general hollowing things out. But then you'd always have this would be these would be my favorite tools, so I just keep them separate from everything else because they're the ones I just use a bit more frequently. Say you'd have things, they're kind of little, that's what I see as my little finger. I can get into those little grooves and really just smooth out a certain surface. Little manual kind of screwdriver for poking holes and stuff. This would be a rubber tip. That's for kind of smoothing out little angles, and also just for getting into a nice clean curve. So there's so many. This would be one of my other favorite tools. This little pokey tool, little little toothpicks and stuff as well. There's just so many tools. You'll find a use for most of them. This tool will be mainly used for clay, and that's for hollowing out your big pieces. Kind of like this guy. Before he hardens out, you really have to take your time to hollow the whole thing out. So you're kind of leaving only about 5 centimeters of clay left, and then the whole inside will just be hollowed out. Otherwise it will explode. The air gets trapped inside. There's too much moisture trapped inside of them as well. I'll take you on to some polymer clay as well. We've got a few different varieties. It'd usually be Super Sculpey would be the main brand I'd go for, and it'd be a very popular brand among many people that use it. It has a lot of different varieties. That'd be your normal kind of original Sculpey. Don't use that too often, but it might come in handy eventually. But the main stuff, I don't have the box for it. But this would be just Super Sculpey. This would be the main kind of one I'd use for all my work. It's very, very malleable, very kind of like Play-Doh would be or more mala would be the consistency of it. And it's just so easy to kind of bend and warp and really catch detail as well. You don't have to worry too much about it hardening or going off, because you can kind of leave it lying around for as long as you want. I had this lying around for a year and I can still use it. So it's good to kind of keep it in a plastic bag as well. But yeah, so that'd be the main stuff. And then I suppose you come over, this would be the epoxy resin. It would come in a 2-part kind of thing, and it's usually going to be a 1-to-1 ratio or a 2-to-1 ratio. This one in particular is going to be a 2-to-1 ratio. So you need 2 parts of this, 1 part of this. One of them is a catalyst, and it'll kind of react with the other one, and then that'll force the two parts to react, and it gets very hot, almost burned to the touch hot when it's reacting. It's incredible. So it's just pure alchemy right there. and then it hardens. You know, these two liquids just harden into that really hard plastic I was on about. That'd be kind of the other stuff I had that I was using previously, which is very good, like, but I kind of felt like I needed something else. These harden with an ivory color on the base, and I just felt like that was kind of like taken away from the colors of my dyes. I suppose I get most of my materials from either my local art shop, which, you know, they have very good prices for most things, and they give you a bit of a discount as well for being an artist. And then online, you know, which would be like eBay, Amazon, like Scarva, if you wanted to get some stuff. So I guess I should actually show you just the process of how I go about like making something from start to finish. Just something small, something to kind of get the idea. Right, I think that's about enough. You know, sometimes you have to stop yourself before you spend all day at this thing. But I think I've showed you guys enough what it's all about. I hope you guys enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed showing you guys. Yeah, thanks for watching.